Hi there, I'm Fabrizio Lunga and this is the unboxing of the Icy Box IB-555 5-bay hard drive backplane. Okay, so first things first, let's get this thing out of the box and then we'll have a look at some of the features of it. Basically what this is a 3-bay 5¼ inch adapter that basically gives you 5 3.5 inch bays, which are all hot swappable. Okay, so we have the instruction manual on the top, and then as soon as we get in, we've got that. Not quite sure what that is. They've quite kindly provided wires for everything, so we've got all our SATA cables. They provide 5 cables by the looks of it, and this cable here, which I'm not exactly sure what it is. Now we've got the actual unit right here inside the box. Just pull that out, push it back, and finally we've just got some screws here. Okay, that's everything that's inside the box. Right, so let's take a closer look at the unit itself. Right, okay. So on the front we have our 5 3.5 inch hot swappable bays, which this is actually a lot smaller than I perceived it would be from the images I saw on the internet. Looks quite nice. It's made out of a sort of metal material there, and these bits here are plastic. You've got a lot of LED indicators. We'll come into more detail on that afterwards. We'll just have a quick look. Obviously you've got all your screws here so that you can screw it into your case. Around the back it's got a toolless removable fan, which in most cases you'll probably just leave there. It'll just keep the hard drives cool. Apparently it's low noise, so shouldn't be an issue. The actual fan can be removed quite easily without any tools, just by underneath. You've got these 2 little pins. Push them in and the whole thing pops off. Obviously I'll be leaving the fan on there, so I'll just clip that back into place. It uses 3 Molex connections, which, considering it's designed for SATA hard drives, is a bit of a strange choice. However, obviously they've put those there. That's not, most power supplies still have Molex connections, so that's not a problem. You've also got your alarm over here. There's a jumper here which I'm not sure, but I think it probably would disable the alarm. I'll check there. Okay, I've just checked into what these jumpers on this side here do. They actually allow you to change the overheat temperature. It's by default set to 55 degrees, which I would say is kind of standard for most hard drives. I know most hard drives that I've purchased have been about 55 degree centigrade that their maximum temperature is, so that's fine. Obviously you can take the jumper out and it will go down to 45, or you can change the jumper to another position and it will go up to 75 degrees centigrade. Another thing we have on the back here is these connections here and with the jumpers below. Basically, if you have a RAID controller, you can hook up these cables here to your RAID controller to get the basically status of the hard drive, for example access and failure, so that the LED indicators on the front of the device display correctly. However, if that's provided over SATA, you can use the jumpers to change this, by the way. If it's provided over SATA, you don't need to connect these cables here. It's only if you want the status to be provided from your RAID controller. If we actually look at the SATA connections, you'll notice there are actually 10 connections, even though there are only 5 hard drives. This box supports SAS and also supports dual link, so you could hook up 2 cables for each hard drive and you would get double the bandwidth that you would normally get with just using 1 cable, which, if you've got hard drives that support that, that is brilliant. Alright, so let's have a look at the LEDs on the front. At the very top you've got some status indicators. One tells you whether there's power or not. The next one across is to tell you whether it's overheating. And then finally you have the mute button. On the back there is a alarm, and using that button there you can mute it. I think the alarm goes off for overheating and for hard drive failure, which is quite a nice feature. Okay, and lastly we're going to take a look at the front bays here. If I just get the key out of the screw bag, we can take one of the hard drive bays out. Whilst I do that, I should just point out that each individual hard drive has its own access and failure light on the front, here and here, which will basically indicate you for each individual hard drive, which is good when you're using this in our RAID array, for example. So as soon as a hard drive fails, you get a light indicating which hard drive has failed, and you can take it out, replace it, and you have as little downtime as possible. And to be honest, if you're using RAID, you shouldn't have any downtime. Right, so they all come unlocked to begin with, and that just slides out. Okay, so the actual tray is made of like a thin metal. Obviously it can't be too thick, so they're trying to fit as many hard drives in this small space as possible. A nice feature that it does support is the fact it supports 2.5-inch hard drives as well as 3.5-inch hard drives, meaning that people with SSDs and just general 2.5-inch hard drives can use that with the Icy Box. Okay, so that concludes my unboxing of the Icy Box IB-555. Please take a look at my other videos. You can see me installing this into my new computer and all other sorts of computer hardware reviews. And if you like the video, please click the like button. Thanks.